night my mother died, she grabbed my wrist so tightly that her nails cut into my skin. Tears filled her eyes as she whispered 3 words. "Don't open the room." I thought she was confused. I thought the medication was affecting her mind. But 3 nights after her funeral, I discovered a locked room hidden at the back of our house. A room my mother had kept sealed for 22 years. A room covered in scratches. A room that should never have been opened. And what I found inside still follows me to this day. Before I tell you what happened, you need to understand one thing. My mother wasn't trying to keep something out. She was trying to keep something in. The rain hammered against the hospital windows. I held my mother's hand as the heart monitor slowed. She looked terrified, not sad, not weak, terrified. She grabbed my wrist suddenly. Her nails dug into my skin. "Promise me." Her voice was barely a whisper. "Never open the room." I frowned. "What room?" Tears streamed down her face. "The room at the back of the house." Then she died. The monitor went flat, and her eyes remained fixed on something standing behind me, something I couldn't see. 3 days later, I returned to our family house in Enugu. The old building felt different, empty, cold, wrong. My mother had lived alone for years. Nobody visited, nobody stayed overnight. Now I understood why. The first night, I heard footsteps upstairs. Slow, heavy, walking back and forth. I checked every room. Nothing, no one, yet the footsteps continued above my head. All night. The next afternoon, I found it. A small metal door hidden behind old curtains. 3 padlocks secured. The wood surrounding it was covered with scratches. Thousands of scratches, as if someone had spent years trying to get out. My stomach tightened. Then I noticed words carved into the door, over and over again. "Do not open. Do not open. Do not open." The handwriting belonged to my mother. Inside my mother's bedroom, I found an old tape recorder. "If you're hearing this, I'm dead." My blood turned cold. She sounded terrified. "There is something in that room." A loud crash echoed from upstairs. I froze. The recording continued. "It isn't human." My mother's breathing became shaky. "I made a mistake 22 years ago." Then the tape abruptly ended. That evening, I visited my mother's older sister, Auntie Ngozi. The moment I mentioned the room, she began crying. Real fear filled her eyes. "Your mother never told you." "Told me what?" Ngozi lowered her voice. "When you were a baby, you died." I stared at her. "What? You stopped breathing?" My entire body went numb. "The doctors said there was no hope." She looked toward the window. "As your mother carried your body home, she met a strange woman on the road." My heart pounded. The old woman promised to bring me back for a price. According to Ngozi, my mother agreed. That same night, I came back to life, but something else came with me. The old woman had tricked her. For 22 years, my mother kept the thing trapped inside the hidden room, feeding it, appeasing it, protecting me from it, because it wanted what it had been promised, me. That night, I couldn't sleep. At exactly 3:03 a.m., scratch, scratch, scratch. The sound came from behind the locked door. Slowly, methodically, then came a voice, a child's voice. "Brother." I froze. I never had a brother. The scratching continued. "Brother." Then laughter, a child's laughter, followed by something much deeper, something inhuman, laughing with it. The next morning, one of the padlocks was on the floor, broken. I hadn't touched it. The following night, the second lock disappeared. The night after that, the third lock was gone. The door slowly creaked open by itself. Darkness spilled into the hallway, and from inside came breathing, heavy breathing, like something enormous was sleeping. Against every instinct, I stepped forward. The room was empty, almost. A single wooden chair sat in the center. Ropes hung from its arms. Deep claw marks covered the walls. Then I noticed something moving in the corner, a figure crouched in darkness. Its body looked human, too human, until it stood. Its head touched the ceiling. Its limbs were impossibly long. Its skin looked stitched together. And its face was mine, exactly mine. The creature smiled. I smiled too, without meaning to. The creature stepped closer. I've waited a long time. Its voice sounded identical to mine. Every word echoed inside my head. Then I remembered something. Not a memory, a feeling. Cold hands, darkness, dying. I suddenly understood. The thing wasn't following me. It wasn't haunting me. It wasn't attached to me. It was me. The real me had died 22 years ago. Whatever came home that night wasn't human. And now it finally remembered what it was. The police found the house empty 3 weeks later. No bodies, no signs of struggle. Only one thing remained. A note written on the living room wall. In fresh blood, it read, "She kept me locked away for 22 years. Now I'm free." That story would have ended there, except for one detail. The police officer who discovered the note vanished the following night. His wife reported hearing someone scratching at their bedroom door at exactly 3:03 a.m. Scratching, and a familiar voice whispering, "Brother." If you heard scratching behind the locked door every night, would you open it? Answer honestly in the comments. Subscribe, like, and comment for more.